Hey, this is Nimbus Intuition. Let's get started thinking about good things, pleasant things. What makes you smile? What makes you laugh? What makes you feel good? Think about it, and let's think about it. All right, y'all. So it's been a little bit. I've been away a little bit, and it just gets like that sometimes. Sometimes that's what you have to do. And I have no problem doing that. Okay, so today, because it is tea time day and everything, I want to talk relationships as usual, right? Because it's all about our single life and becoming the best people we can be during our single lives, finding out who we are and getting that foundation within ourselves before we connect with someone else and build something or try to build something or attempt to build something, go forward in marriage and commitment, because that's what we are looking forward to. We're looking forward to marriage and commitment. And so a lot of things have crossed my path over these couple of weeks, and it really makes me want to speak to the men, because I think the men are the ones who are most needing the discipline that comes with the lifestyle that I talk about a lot, which is the celibate lifestyle, the no-fap lifestyle. When we can get sexual discipline, it helps us in so many areas of our lives. And unfortunately, when I keep seeing things and it has to do with our men. And so I hope you all are considering going on this journey just for yourself, because once you can successfully have this sexual discipline, you'll be such a better man for it. And a woman, if you are a woman who is considering this lifestyle, and it's not something that I think should be a lifetime lifestyle. It should be a temporary. And in my mind, I'm thinking like 5 years, even though my current journey is a little bit more than that. But 5 years, I think, is a good amount of time to go on this journey as an adult. I think it becomes unhealthy if you go too long without, having a connection, having that relationship that is full of love and commitment and physical intimacy. But that's my opinion. All right. So the celibate journey, the no-fap journey. And y'all have heard me talk about this at length. It's about waiting to share that sacred energy, our sexual energy, our bodies with someone else. And this is something that becomes difficult after we have started to engage in sex and sexual activities. It's easier when you haven't had sex yet. And so for those who haven't gone there yet, who are still virgins, who have not gone and done that yet, it may be easier for them. But for those of us who, we went and we had this experience or these experiences with the pleasure of sex, then to stop having it poses a challenge. And, for some of us, it poses a really deep challenge, because sex is something that's very pleasurable. It's not only built in us to have sex, we are made to get horny, and this is something that happens all of the time. And so to not then have sex is challenging and can be very much so. Even after you have gotten yourself into this committed relationship, this marriage. And so it continues to be a challenge for some. So if you go on this challenge, this journey is, I guess, is a challenge, but it's not officially a challenge. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle if you have decided that this is how it's going to be until I am entering this commitment I am entering this marriage. I'm entering this scenario, which is the scenario that I'm seeking before I share my sacred energy with someone else. And so whatever that is for you. And yes, it can be a challenge. So you're waiting on, that to happen. And while you're waiting, you're just not checking the calendar. I think I talked about this a couple weeks ago in a video. It's not about marking calendar days off of the calendar. It's not about, putting a little star on a certain date on a calendar, even if you're going the extent of the time. It's not about that. It's about growing in yourself, who you are. It's about finding out you. It's about first loving you, learning to love yourself, getting that relationship with your higher powers, and then knowing what it is to love and to connect and to get into a relationship, to all the things that come with it, preparing yourself for this commitment, this relationship, this love that you're about to enter into, because that's the goal. And it's okay to have a relationship goal that, yes, I'm going to fall in love and I'm going to have this committed relationship and we're going to get married, we're going to have a family, and so on and so forth. That's relationship goals. It's perfectly fine. But this is what the journey is about. So there's a lot to do while you are on this journey. So don't just sit back marking days off the calendar. Get busy with learning to love yourself. Learning about how you connect with your high. All of the things that I just mentioned. That is what you should be doing during this time. It's not even about dating, because dating is something left for when you're ready to go ahead and make that foundation. So that's not even something that happens in the first, I want to say, while, because I don't like to put dates on it, because it's simply about getting to the points where you are comfortable with, okay, yes, I have my self-love in check, and I know that I love myself. I love and know myself. I know who I am. I know everything about me that I need to know. I know enough about me and how I communicate with people, how I deal with people, how, everything about me that I need to know and to share with the person that I'm going to go forward with a commitment with. And I love who I am. I love everything about me. It's nothing I want to change. I want to grow, yes, but there's nothing I want to drastically change about who I am, because I love me. And I know what I believe. I know about my connection with my higher power, and I know what it is that I stand on. And so that's always something we can be open-minded about, but we need to know what it is that we believe, what it is that we practice as far as faith is concerned, and a relationship, having that relationship with our higher powers as well. And this is all my opinions, and so take from it what you will. Then learning about, okay, what is it that I want to do with my life? What is it that, I want to go forward with in my life? What is it about relationships that I need to learn? Do I know everything that I need to know before I meet this person that is going to be my husband? Before I meet this person who's going to be my wife? What is it that is going to help me have a successful connection? And so do I know these things? What do I need to do and to learn these things, to start practicing these things? Do I need to start talking to the couples in my family who've been together for 10 or more years and happy marriages, happy connections, happy committed relationships? So these are all the things to do, and it's so many things to do. And so are you doing those things? And so it's just, I just really want people to stop thinking about days on a calendar. Like, really, that's not what it's about. Stop even thinking about years. because it's about a journey. And in this journey, you will know when you are ready. Nothing has to be perfect. Absolutely. We're not perfect. We never will be. So get perfection out of your mind. Get perfection out of your mind for yourself. Get perfection out of your mind for the person that you will eventually meet and commit to and marry, because there is no perfection. We are all imperfect, and that's just the way it is. And so once we have these things in our minds and we have this knowledge of what we need to do and what we need to prepare for, that's the journey we then go on. And so it's a whole journey. And so when you hear me kind of shade the 90-day thing, you understand why, because the journey is a true journey. All right. And it's not easy. And so if you fall on your journey, it's okay, because we are human. God makes us to want to engage in this intimacy, because that is the way we have these babies come through. And so it's in us. It's in us to want to have sex. It's just, that's what it is. And so it will be challenging to say no to yourself. It will be challenging at those times when those feelings rise up to just not get into situations that will result in you falling and doing what you want to do, but you're not ready to do, or it's not on your journey at the moment to do. You haven't gotten into that committed relationship. You don't have your person yet. And so, but if you happen to, fall on the way, don't be too hard on yourself. You just, accept it, acknowledge what happened and how you can prevent it from happening again if you're doing this journey. And, start back on your journey. And, you have to have a discussion, of course, with the person who you might have slipped up with. But, it does happen. And so don't be too hard on yourself. But it's a journey. And so, again, when it comes down to it, what I see more and more and more is about the men. And so you men out there, I have like this big place in my heart for you, because I know that it's not easy. And especially with all the programming that we have on how you should be out there, doing this and doing that with this one and that one and this one, it can be really challenging for you all, because the thinking is, for some of you, and the thinking that you may have been raised to feel, is that there's no reason for you to hold off. There's no reason for you to wait. There's no reason for you not to engage, and all the things that you have been taught as far as that's concerned, that may be not good for your life, is sometimes what you go with. And so, but if you look around and you look at what's going on, our men are really, getting hit real hard when it comes to this area. They're getting hit real hard because there is a lack of sexual discipline. That's what it comes down to a lot of times, where you see these scenarios that go on where the men are getting into these scenarios that either ruin their lives, it stops their success. They're on their way to, greatness, and it stops them in their tracks. Or it's something where they're tarnishing their legacy. They've done so many great things, and because of this instance that has to do with sex usually, and this is what I'm seeing, y'all can chime in and let me know what it is that you're seeing, but their legacy is tarnished and damaged because of this incident with sex. And so I'm really wanting to speak with the men. Like, come on, let's get on this journey. Let's get it right so that we're not continuing that pattern. All right? We can do something different going forward. We don't have to have a bunch of men who get stopped in their tracks. They're on their way to do great things, but they get stopped in their tracks because of some something that happens sexually that, messes it up. We don't have to stop, having greatness because, you don't know how to handle these moments of, women coming on to you who may have ill intention just to set you up and get you off your path, and you fall for it, and then everything is messed up, or it's really hard to come back from. Or you have done great things, and then for whatever reason, it's the one baddie that you just can't say no to, who, I don't know, but it's these different scenarios that come up for men that just mess things up and really damage our men. And so with the legacy thing, it's really hard to see that, where you see someone who's done so many great things, and then something comes out, it was hidden away or whatever, and then it comes out, and then people have to deal with that, and it's really bad for us. And I'm hoping that more men will pick up the journey wherever you are right now. If you're single, start this journey, because it's a beneficial journey. And I'm not just talking about the men, of course, but the women as well. If you're single, this is the journey to start with. Start this journey to get yourself together before you get with somebody else. That's really all it's really about. But it's so beneficial in so many ways, and this is why I talk about it so much. But my heart, like I said, goes out to the men, so I hope you jump on this journey. I'm not the only one talking about it, and if you resonate with someone else who's talking about it, go ahead and check them out. But it's really important that if you're single, to take time to do this journey. And I'm going to challenge you, I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to challenge you. Do it for 6 months and see if you can do it for 6 months. And, let's see. You that person, you can do it. You can take on anything. You can do it, right? And so let me challenge you to do this journey and be no fat for 6 months. Let's see if you can do it. All right? But not only 6 months where you checking off the calendar, waiting for that 6 months to get there. Do it where you're doing all the work that is involved in this journey. All right? Check your self-love. See if your relationship with yourself is right. See if your relationship with your higher power is right. See if you are on your purpose. See if you know what you need to know about relationships and building it, and knowing what you're getting ready to get into when if you're seeking that commitment and that marriage that you're going forward, that person that you're waiting to come into your life. See if all those areas are on point, and the things that you have to do to make them on point in that 6 months. And that's a lot to do in 6 months, let me tell you, because this is truly a journey. But I'm going to put it out there, and I'm going to challenge you. Ladies, too, if you're single, come on and get on this journey. I challenge you as well, 6 months. And I hope that you can successfully do this for 6 months. And it means, the 6 months means not only no sex, it means no self-pleasuring either. And I know that can be a true challenge for some. And I think everything is something that can be a transition. So if you are already celibate, but you do self-pleasure, you can transition yourself away from self-pleasure. And I wouldn't say that you would have to do it immediately. You don't have to jump in and do it. You can do it over time. So the first 3 months, maybe you want to wean yourself off of that part of it, where you can be, completely celibate without the self-pleasure involved. And so the last 3 months you can go, completely, without sex and without self-pleasuring. Men too. It takes time if you are into the self-pleasure mode to stop, stop that. And so, and it can be a transition. So everything can be transitioned. Okay. All right. And so either way, I challenge y'all. 6 months. Do this for 6 months and see. See what it does for you. See if it helps you. See if it's beneficial to your life. Just see if this is something that you think will be good for you and your future relationship life. All right. All right. And so that's been on my mind. I'm kind of just going off of what I feel like talking to you all about, because it's been a couple weeks since I've been on. Actually, Happy New Year, because the calendar year changed and I really hadn't been on here since, really. And so happy 2024. And you'll see me, of course. That I just wanted to share, since it is tea time day, and so this is gonna be my tea time for the day. But I hope everybody gets on this journey who is single. If you have done this journey, comment, let people know how it is and what you benefited from, and of course, your challenges as well, because this journey is truly a journey. So there's the good and there's the bad. All right. And so go ahead and share that, and I'm sure people who are interested in this journey, even if they're doing it for a short period of time, would love to hear from people who have been on a journey. So go ahead and share that, if you will. All right, so I'm not going to make this long. I hope everybody out there is doing well. All right. Staying high vibe, staying grateful, no matter what is going on in your life. Gratitude, the attitude for gratitude is where it is. It can keep having you smile, laugh, and feel good if you have gratitude with whatever is going on in your life. All right. And so stay grateful. All right, y'all. All right. So I'll see you all soon. And once again, as always, love and gratitude.